5 signs you are going through a spiritual awakening. As we start to go through a spiritual awakening, we start to realize that everything is energy. Everything is consciousness. And we start to become more aware of ourselves as a spiritual being having a human experience. And this can open us up to the world of metaphysics, to the world of energy work, of meditation, and different spiritual practices that we can use, as well as self-development, to shift our state of consciousness. Now, in life, you are living in the mirror of your state of being. And you start to realize that you can become aware of your state. You can become aware of your thoughts. You start becoming more mindful of the patterns and what is holding you back, as well as how to clear that and how to shift your own self, how to change within yourself, realizing that the change starts within you. Now, diving first into the first step, you're starting to feel the energy on an even more deeper level. You can feel the energy within yourself. You can feel the energy of other people. When you walk into a room, you can notice the vibe shift. Throughout the day, you're becoming more aware of what vibration you're in. And as you start to become aware of that, you can become aware of the quality of other people's thoughts and what they're speaking about, where they're at, what state of consciousness are they in, and whether or not you're feeding into a narrative that is disempowering you or is empowering you. And the second step, you start to notice what raises or what lowers your vibration. Now, this can be from the type of thoughts that you're thinking to the emotional patterns that you're processing. Now, if you're thinking, why me? Why is this happening to me? Be aware that the questions that you're asking are going to give you back the answers. The universe is always playing this call and response game with you. So you're starting to ask more empowering questions. How can I raise my level of awareness? How can I work through this pattern? And then you're going to be able to be aware of your habits. You're going to start to become aware of what you place your focus on grows. Where you place your attention, your energy flows. And you're going to be aware that when you're looking at that billboard, it has a certain energy. There's an intention, and somebody's talking to you, and it doesn't resonate with you. You're going to start to become aware of certain relationships that you don't resonate with. Maybe you're growing, maybe you're going through a transformation and letting go of things that no longer serve you. Those unhealthy foods, you're becoming more aware of the water. You're becoming more aware of the state of the purity or the state of the pollution, right? And as you start to connect into this is going to start to open up. It starts to open up your connection to nature and your connection to source and your ability to heal yourself. And now the third sign, right, is that you go through dark nights of the soul. Maybe you're going through one now. Maybe you've been through one before. But this is a period of becoming aware of your shadow. And the shadow is the unloved parts of ourself, the unhealed parts of ourself, the splintered fragments of our consciousness, in which we forget. And as we start to remember who we are, as we start to integrate that, we start to become aware of these places within our energy that we're living in a state of resistance to life. And very early on, when I started going through my awakening, I didn't even know any of these terminologies or that I was even in awakening, but I went outside of my childhood house and I was breathing. And I had an awareness in that moment that every breath that I take, I can either be leaning into life and saying yes to life, embracing life, in all of it, right? Or I can be retracting from life and repressing and resisting life and saying no to life. And that as you start to say yes to life, all these emotions are going to start to come up. as you start to open your heart, you're going to become aware of that wounded inner child, that part of yourself that is asking for more love, that is asking to come home to the integration of your own loving awareness. And as you start to connect into Source, you're going to be able to use these tools like shadow work, right? Or clearing the blocks or limiting beliefs. You're going to be able to go in and reprogram the subconscious through being able to bring and feel these uncomfortable emotions that are coming up. You're going on this spiritual awakening, things are shifting, you're having these bigger perspectives, and it's like, oh, suddenly you feel like somebody disrespected you. Oh, that goes back to your father. Oh, where's this coming up in my body? Am I going to project? Am I going to become the victim, or am I going to take this as an opportunity to feel this energy that's coming up, trace it to the source of where it's coming up inside of myself, and clear it within myself? And as you start to clear those things within yourself, you start to go through these breakthroughs, feeling the healing, feeling through the uncomfortable emotions that are coming up, and choosing to embrace the contrast and choosing to embrace your shadow. You start to liberate yourself instead of resisting, right? Because what you resist persists. If you embrace it, you take an embracing stance to the fullness of life, you start to become empowered. You start to have the courage to lean into the mystery and to open your heart. And that's the secret to alchemy. Number 4 sign, you are having cosmic experiences. Maybe you're having a blast off through your crown, or some kind of crazy thing where you talk to aliens during meditation, or maybe your friend was like, hey, you want to take mushrooms, or maybe you went to a plant medicine ceremony, or maybe it was one of those transformational festivals, or you went to a spiritual retreat, or maybe you're just going to the grocery store and you started to realize that life was really kind of like the movie Matrix. Either way, it happens. And as you start to have these experiences of a cosmic perspective, realizing you are a spiritual being having a human experience, you kind of start to see these underlying codes, like the Matrix movie, where it's like you see these little codes underwriting the reality. And you start to realize that you're no longer buying into the narrative of fear and propaganda and the divisional race mind, human mind, race mind belief system. Start to reignite your connection to the divine mind, to the divine blueprint of your soul's journey, multi-incarnational journey through space and time, where you're here to realize the essence of why you were born with the gifts that you have in store. So, and that can be kind of trippy, honestly. It can take some time to really integrate and sit down and journal about those things and take space for self-reflection, meditation, really just taking space alone with yourself in your sacred space with your candle or whatever, your altar, your crystals, whatever. You go outside, maybe you just sit down on your cushion and you don't need those things. Whatever resonates and calls to you, these allies will start to come to you as tools of grounding. So remember to ground. Remember that it's more simple. And that's why I repeat myself, because it's all the same, right? It's this big thing, but it's really this small thing, as above, so below. So you're on the right track. It's all good. I'll be your cosmic cheerleader today. Sign number 5, you are connecting with your guidance. You are receiving downloads and inspirations from the source of life, from infinite intelligence, along with connecting with your soul council, as I like to call it, or your spiritual guides, the unique team, light team, inner team of spiritual guides, unique kind of beings that maybe you feel connected with, or certain transmissions, like maybe Abraham Hicks, or maybe the Pleiadians, or maybe the ancient alchemists, or just these different archetypal energies of the God force that are coming to you. Maybe the Native American, I know that I connected with that. Indigenous wisdom, or maybe you're in the meditation and they're coming to you in your dreamscape. Maybe the owl or the hawk, or different totems and animals are coming to you. These are your spirit guides. And they will come to you and they will give you guidance. And maybe they can come through the cards as well. They can be channeled through other people. There's a unique myriad of ways that can happen, and it's really relative to you. It's really, the universe will speak to you in a language that you can understand, regardless of your culture and your lens of perception, right? The uniqueness of how you attract and what the language is that you speak, and what visual, imaginal realm that you resonate with, when you start to tap into the universal intelligence, the spiritual guidance will come to you through a language that you can understand. And also you can just tap into that inner guidance system, into your energy, what resonates with you, what is not. Starting to develop that discernment of what is your personal truth, what is not your truth, what are universal truths and laws like gravity, right? Like they say with the law of attraction, why are there people that are successful and they never studied it? Well, why can somebody fly a plane and not understand the quantum physics of gravity? It's the same thing. It's still there, whether or not you understand the manual book. And well, none of us were gifted with a manual book when we were born here, right? So understanding how to tap into your intuition and hone your discernment of what these guidances are coming through. And then as you're going to start to get those, start to follow those inspired actions will come to you through your guidance. You'll start to get downloads. The thing will come to you through the meditation or a card or a sign or a synchronicity or a conversation. As you start to follow that, and as you're practicing the principles of manifestation, this forms what's called a bridge of incident, right? And this bridge of incident is a series of synchronicities relative to fulfilling your higher purpose, relative to fulfilling these divinely given desires. And as you align yourself with those, as you practice these things, as you meditate, as you contemplate, as you clear, as you go through the process of transmutation, the guidance will become more and more refined, like tuning a radio station, just a little out of the fuzz, out of the haze, into that channel, into that station. You have to tune it to that station to get that frequency, to get that broadcast, to receive those downloads. And that's what this process is all about. So if you understand everything I just said, well, you are definitely having a spiritual awakening. And I'm sure we all have many of them. Let me just be the delivery guy of the day for that cosmic joke. And because you already knew it, so it's pretty cool that you watched this video about it. I'm glad I could be a part of that. Now, thank you guys for tuning in so much. And if you like the video, please hit the thumbs up. Please leave a comment. What kind of signs resonated with you? What affirmations do you are having that you're definitely having an awakening? And also, if you haven't already, please subscribe and hit that bell notification if it's aligned with your heart's desire. So you can get notified on the regular, because we are pumping out the videos to help you stay tuned into alignment. Thank you, my friends. Many blessings, and I will see you on the next one.